Hello YouTube, thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead. If you have, thank you. Today we're going to be working on my 2008 Nissan Altima 2.5S Coupe. I mean, it's got two doors, see? And what we're doing today on it is a tire rotation. So I've already jacked the car up. It's on jack stands. I'm using the pinch wells. Hello Abby. I'm using the pinch wells on the vehicle that you use to jack it up in case you have a tire. Have to replace a tire if it's gone flat. I'm using those spots on the vehicle. And now I'll show you where I actually used my jack stand. God, can't talk today. Where I used my jack to jack up the vehicle. There we go. I got it out. So right where that hole is, right there, this is the engine subframe right through here. That's where I jacked the whole rear end up, right in the middle. Jacked it all the way up, put the jack stands in each corner, and then slowly dropped it down onto the pinch points on the frame. For the front of the vehicle, I jacked it on this point right here, and there's another one. See if I can find it right there on the other side. I had to jack up each one separately to jack up the car, put on the jack stands. Jacked this corner up first, then went over to the other side, put it on the jack stands. And then when I jacked up the rear end, the front came down to the point where the wheels were touching the ground, so I just had to do it again. So now let me explain to you why I'm doing the tire rotation besides the maintenance light coming on and the order in which I will be doing switching the tires around. Okay, so I actually swapped out the lens to a 40mm because I really want you to be able to see what I'm talking about and why I'm doing the rotation the way I'm doing it. So as you can see, the wheel is beginning to chop. On this tread it's high and then it gets low. Next tread's high and then it gets low next, and that's considered chopping. And what's happening is the back end is taking the most of the force of the road, and the front end's not getting as much. The rear end of the tread, this end right here, is taking a lot. I'm gonna actually bring up the camera so you can see down onto it. All right, so that's a much better view of the high spot right here and the low spot. So it's getting worn down here as it should be getting worn down evenly. You're probably going to say, oh, well, you need an alignment. I don't. It's always right. I have an unlimited amount of alignments through a plan that I have. So I don't need alignment. I know that it's perfectly straight. I have new struts on. The bearings are fine. Everything is fine with the suspension on this car. But it's because these are the front wheels. They're constantly doing rotations back and forth, and this is the brunt end that's hitting the road, and this is absorbing all that. So what I'm going to do is, this is the front passenger side wheel. I'm going to be putting it on the rear driver's side. I'm going to be turning it around. So these high spots will get eaten up by the road, and it will level the tire out. This car, because front wheel drive, you can rotate the tires side to side. Per axle you can rotate them front to back, and then you can rotate it corners. That's basically what I'm doing, is I'm doing corners. So that's what I'm going to be doing. I've already taken the wheels off. Not really much to show you on that, because all I'm doing is rotating them around and then putting them on, and then I'm going to show you the tool that I'm using to put them on. But that's what I'll be doing, and then I'll get back to you and I'll talk to you about the tool that I use to torque the wheels down. So let me swap them out per corner, and I'll show you what it looks like. So mind you, front end here, this is rotating around, this is what's hitting the ground, like ground, it keeps hitting the ground. And then I'll show you what it looks like on the other side, because basically, you can imagine it'll be rotating this way, but essentially going forward, and it'll be hitting the ground here, hitting the ground here, hitting the ground here, absorbing all that high spot that I want to go away, even out the tires. I do it in regular intervals, because the car tells me I try to keep it around every oil change. I know it's every 3,000 miles. I do 3,000 miles way too fast. A month and a half, I'm at 3,000 miles. So I do it every 6,000. I know, oh, don't do it, you need to do it every 3,000. It's fine. I'm gonna do it when I want to do it. But rather than not doing it at all. And doing it this way, it takes longer, but it's saving me the amount of money it's gonna cost me to go to a garage and have it done. I also won't know how they're doing it. Whether they're doing, you know, side to side, front to back, or corners. I don't know, I'm not out there. I guess I could tell them, but I never have, and it's at some places it's like 40 bucks. It's not worth it. So let me go ahead and do the rotation, and then I'll get back to you. When you're moving the tires around, your first instinct might be, let me move the tire this way, with your hands on the tread. I would say not a good idea, because there can be glass stuck in the rubber, or something sharp stuck in the rubber, and you don't want to get that in your hand. The best way to be moving the tires around are on the side walls. There isn't going to be anything, or there shouldn't be anything in the sides of the tire. So a little safety tip for you. Keep your hands off here, keep your hands here. Alright, so we're back here on the rear driver's side. Now this is the same tire that was on the front driver's side. Now as you'll see, hopefully you can see, the high spots are going to be getting absorbed by all those blows. That's what I'm hoping for. Or I'm an idiot and I don't know what I'm talking about. That's completely possible. I'm just doing a tire rotation. But that's what I believe. I'm sure you know, you can leave comments explaining to me how I'm doing it wrong, or say, hey Joshua, you're doing it right. But either way, you want to do a tire rotation, and that's what I'm doing. But it should knock down these high spots, and then we should get a nice flat tire again, and then we'll do another tire rotation, and we'll switch up the rotation in which we're doing it in. So as you saw, I jacked on the vehicle. I actually put the wheel nuts on while the vehicle, ooh, piece of glass in my hand, while the vehicle was still up in the air, and torque them down. But I also like to, when the vehicle's down, I want to torque them again. I want to make sure that that's the that it really got torqued. And I bought a set of torque sticks. Let me show you. Let's see if the camera can see. This one is 80 foot-pounds. My car, there we go, let me see if I can zoom you in on that, and let's go ahead and get the focus better. 80 foot-pounds of torque. They weren't given to me, I had to buy them. I'm not, you know, doing something for Zeta. This is, I just bought them because I wanted putting wheels on to go faster. So anyways, my car takes 82 foot-pounds of torque. They don't sell an 82 foot-pound torque stick. So 80 should be enough. Now how these work is they are twisted, pre-twisted and heated. So there's a preload set in them of 80 foot-pounds of torque. I have a set of 7. It goes from 65 foot-pounds of torque to 150 foot-pounds of torque. So anyways, what happens is, even though the force from my impact gun is going through, with the preloaded spring tension at 80 foot-pounds, it springs and won't torque any tighter than 80 foot-pounds of torque. So let me zoom you out. I'm going to show you how it works. You're still in focus. Perfect. So I have my compressor tank, or the line to the tank at, I think it's at 110 foot-pounds-feet of torque, because I had to get the other bolts off, and I put them down way too tight. So at 80 foot-pounds of torque, the line is at 110 to 120. So I'm going to torque, use the air gun and put it on. Well, I'm going to put it on, took it off. So now there's more than that amount of torque in this gun. There's more than that. Can you see the gun? You can't see the gun. Okay, so here's the gun. There's more than 80 foot-pounds of torque. So basically what happens is this shaft is twisting, and when I actually grab it, you can feel it's like a twist in it. So I can't torque it any tighter than 80 foot-pounds of torque. So that's how I do a tire rotation. I bought the Torque Sticks because they're just easier, and I hate torque wrenches. I actually had one blow up in my face, and the spring came out, broke my glasses. I don't like torque wrenches, so if I don't have to use them, I won't use them. So that's how I do a tire rotation. The best part about doing a tire rotation yourself is you can look at what's going on behind the wheels, if you might need new pads, new rotors, if your shocks are broken. You can just take a look. And then at the dealer or the repair shop, you won't be getting scammed if they're like, oh, you need something, but turns out you really don't. You get to take a look at your car, and it's good that you know your own car. So, you know, it was 30 minutes, I think, because I was looking over the car. 30 minutes time that I got to know my car a little bit better. So if I can do this, there is no reason why you guys can't do it too. If you don't have a torque stick, go off and buy a torque wrench. I think you can buy them for like 10 bucks. So thanks for watching. Again, if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. If you have, I appreciate it. Comment, like, and look at some of my other videos. They're rather helpful. So thanks YouTube, and I'll see you later with another repair. Bye.